Thanks for joining us again. Mark and I are about to play the second mission of Imperial Assault. For this side mission, we have selected Luxury Cruise, which my short description of that is: for use in infiltration, the Alliance is attempting to collect vessels used by the Empire. One such shuttle is undergoing repairs and would appear to be easy prey. So Mark will read the mission description.
With a soft click, you open the panel and climb into the main body of the ship. After crawling through sewer and maintenance decks for the better part of a day, you're glad to be out. The ship isn't too heavily defended, nor is the hangar in which it sits. Should be an easy theft.
Right. I've heard that before.
Yeah. I think they're lying.
So, in between sessions, I selected a couple of abilities for my guys because they had 1 XP I could spend apiece. For Garcon, I have Wookiee Loyalty. Exhaust this card while you or an adjacent friendly figure is defending to apply +1 block to the defense results. And for Diala, I have Force Adept. Spend a strain. Use while you or a friendly figure is performing an attack or attribute test. That figure may re-roll 1 die. Or exhaust this card when you perform the fist or the mechanic check. Add 1 blue die to your dice pool. I don't actually know what those checks are. We didn't see any in the first mission. I did not spend any XP for Jin or Mak Eshkare because it seemed like sort of diversifying and saving some XP for some of my characters while spending for others might be the balanced way to go.
Attributes. Strength, Insight, and Tech.
Oh, so that would be Strength and Tech, then.
Insight's the one that looks like an eyeball.
That's an eyeball, yeah. I figured that was...
It's very punny.
Perception.
Yeah.
But it is, in fact, punny, yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so... mission rules. Doors are locked to heroes. A hero can interact with the door with a Strength or Tech check to open it. At the end of each round, if 1 or more rebel figures are the only figures adjacent to a terminal, it is secured. Discard the token. The mission ends when all terminals are secured or when all heroes are wounded.
Interesting. No time limit, I assume.
No time limit.
Fascinating. Where can I deploy?
At the blue thing right here.
Ah, there we go. I see it now.
So, again, we've just left the holders for the doors rather than the actual doors up here on the north for visibility purposes. But that and that are doors.
Alright, so when I go to interact with a door, I roll a Strength or Tech check, is that what you said?
A Strength or Tech check.
How do I know if I pass?
I believe we established last time that a surge is a success.
Interesting.
And for what it's worth, just for viewers' purposes of knowledge, I had the ability to do a special setup, which meant I increased things. I increased threat by twice the threat level and resolved an optional deployment before the mission started. I chose through my open groups, which means I got to choose 3 cards by my choice out of the deck to deploy second probe droid using 3 threat, so we're starting the game with 1 threat out of the 4 that we had.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So I have the yellow token here under that probe droid to go along with the card. The 3 stormtroopers from the elite group have red tokens underneath them, which are kind of visible, which go with the red card.
So you knew you were able to deploy him there because something in the mission rules...
Correct, that's my deploy point.
Tells you that. Alright. I always love extra probe droids. Can't really go wrong there. What do dotted red lines mean? Since we know that solid red lines are both impassable and block line of sight.
Page flipping. Impassable. Indicated by dotted red border between space on the map. Figures cannot move through dotted red lines. 2 spaces separated by impassable terrain are adjacent, and line of sight can be traced, but they're impassable.
Alright. Great. So... because it is his want, Garcon is going to charge in. It's sort of what he does. 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, in that case, as we just determined that friendly figures do block line of sight, because I don't learn a rule if told it once, I must be told multiple times. Garcon is going to step up here, which will give him better odds for cleaving anyway.
Okay.
Garcon has become somewhat not WYSIWYG, as I bought him some armored gauntlets at the end of last turn. I really enjoy the idea of him just beating the living crap out of everything with his fists. He put a balanced hilt on them, which I'm not really sure entirely what that means for gauntlets, but it's legal because it's a melee weapon. So when he swings with those, he can exhaust a card to apply an extra surge to the attack results.
Okay. I'm going to use my Prey Upon Doubt.
Okay.
So it either has to take another strain or an evade.
You can have the evade.
Okay.
So he's going to roll a yellow, and a green, on that attack. For what would be 2 damage and 3 surge, your extra evade makes it no damage and 2 surges.
Correct.
We'll put those towards...
You can kill him, right?
Well, how many hit points does he have?
3.
Who did I say I was swinging at? Did I say?
You didn't.
I would have started with this guy.
The one in the corner.
Yeah. I'm sorry, he's got 3?
Right. So 1 surge can do plus 2 damage
plus
and
2
1 can
damage
pierce.
and a pierce. Let's do that and just get rid of him.
Right.
For his second attack, he will swing at this guy, and he will exhaust this card to add an extra surge to the attack.
Does it say when declaring an attack?
While attacking. I guess I don't have to do it, but this is his last attack of the round, so it doesn't really make sense.
So it's 1 damage and 2 surges, which is enough. And only 1 surge is really needed, because 1 does plus 2 damage.
Right, so 1 will clear this.
Well done. Alright. I'm definitely uncertain about what I'm supposed to do about all these doors. Because in the short term, they help you.
Right. But in the long term, they might slow me down, which could be good for you, if you leave them standing.
Yeah.
It's sort of hard to argue with bringing as much firepower to the fight as you can as quickly as possible, though. Although you get threat every turn, so there's also an argument to be made about that.
Well, if the Stormtrooper doesn't shoot, he's never going to get a chance. So we're going to start by having the Stormtrooper take a shot.
He is not long for this world.
I need a green. Where's the other green?
Right here.
Where's the other green?
Right here.
Okay. Okay, so he's going to shoot at Garcon. Ugh.
Well, that's not very good. Garcon's going to roll a black die. Blah.
Yeah. Good enough. 1 damage.
We'll apply a block to that and take none.
I don't think you can, because a block would block a hit.
Doesn't it also...
Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. Yes, so that's nothing.
Alright.
Okay, so then the Stormtrooper will stay where he is, so you're up. You should flip the token on Garcon.
You're right. Well, just out of the interest of not giving anybody any easy shots, I think Diallo is going to go next. Four steps there. And she will swing at that Stormtrooper using her using her plasteel staff, her original weapon, which has reach.
Okay.
She'll do 3 damage. Yoink. And that's her activation.
Okay. Alright, we're going to open this door. Where the Stormtrooper is. And then his second action will be to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be super stupid. He's going to hang out. Okay, Stormtroopers. Oh, they get more than 1 move. The second one can go. So let's see if we want to do something second with him. Yeah. We'll leave him here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll leave him there. Okay.
Alright, Jin is going to pop up and go 1, 2, 3. Where I believe she has line of sight to that elite trooper.
Yeah.
She rolls 2 greens on her blaster pistol for 3 damage and a surge.
For no range.
For 2 range, but Diala, if she wanted, could take a strain and let Jin re-roll that.
You could wait until after I roll my die to make that decision.
That's true, although it wouldn't matter. Except that your defense is pretty poor.
But that does prevent you from using Surge for accuracy.
Yep. Oh, you're right, because she would have had the Surge for the accuracy.
Yeah.
It's just gonna miss.
Okay.
She has acted.
The Imperial officer.
But Max sees what's going on with this hallway up here, so I think he's just going to reposition for a better shot this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for his first move.
Okay.
Five, 6, 7. Let me think that over for a sec. 8. Let's be there. Yeah, let's do that.
Alright. I'm going to activate Yellow Probe Droid. You're done, right?
I am. Tapped out.
Speed 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'll keep my distance. And I'm in range of Mac. Here I'm not, without the Stormtrooper dying first. Alright, then shooting. Blue, yellow.
I assume at Jin.
Yeah, yellow. I wonder if Mac would have been a better target.
Mac was out of line of sight for you.
Well, not if I move to here.
Yeah, he's 4 or more away at that point.
1, 2, 3. Okay, you're right.
He was very careful in going there.
Got it.
Alright, lots of surge. 2 damage, 2 surge. 1 damage, 1 surge.
Surge does +1 damage. So, 2 damage. I feel like I'm not doing well so far. Final probe droid will just come right there.
Camping the door, as it were.
Should he be over here? Because you could open the door from there then. He'll be over here.
Okay.
And that's it. Okay,
right.
so I'm tapping. And because I have an end of every round action, I can choose from one of 2 different things. This turn I'm going to choose to perform 1 attack with 1 Imperial figure. And I'm going to have the Stormtrooper shoot Mac in the face.
Okay.
So that's 2 damage.
Okay. Max says, well, that was rude.
Okay. So, turn 2. I now have 3 threat.
Okay. I think Diala will start by swinging her Vibro Axe, which she has borrowed from Garkon, at that Stormtrooper for a red and a yellow.
1 damage and 1 surge net.
She'll do a pierce with the surge.
Which is then 2 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
How many does he take total? 5?
5.
Alright, we'll do it again. Whoa. She will take a strain to reroll that red die. That's better.
So 1 damage and 1 surge.
For 2 damage.
Alright. So, Stormtrooper elites going. Max just automatically out of line of sight if he's 4 or more?
Yes.
Okay.
Hostile figures 4 or more spaces away from you do not have line of sight to you. You do not block line of sight for those figures.
Okay. Well, we're going to activate them anyway. We're going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4. And shoot Mac.
Yikes.
For 3 damage. The one right next to Mac will shoot Mac. Let's see what you got. Man, you've been rolling that every time. Okay, for 1 damage. And he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And stay right there.
Alright. Mac is going to start by shooting the Stormtrooper right next to him because he's kind of in the way. Blue, please.
He rolls 2 blue?
Yep. For 1 damage.
That's enough. When an elite Stormtrooper is killed, another Stormtrooper in his group becomes focused.
Alright. If I'm correct, Mac has line of sight to him.
Yeah. Which one?
The one that just became focused. Using this corner.
Yes.
Okay. He'll shoot at him. He's going to take a strain to give his attack Pierce 2. So 4 damage.
Ouch.
And that's Mac's turn.
Okay. Ouch. Alright. Probe Droid Yellow is going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. It's here. 1, 2, 3. He's going to go here. Because it doesn't really matter. And shoot Mac.
When that probe droid blows up, what's the radius on the explosion?
Adjacent.
Okay.
Including allies.
You said Mac?
Yeah. 4. Which wins him.
Indeed it does. Too bad. Still has his ambush, but he loses his covert. Not that it was helping him so much.
Well, helped him a fair bit, actually.
Just on the one guy.
Yeah, well. This card's technically gone. Right.
Jin is going to unload her blaster at this guy.
Right.
Oh, she should have used quick draw at the beginning of their activation. I really have to remember that. She rolls 4 damage. Down to 3.
At this guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need that focused going off at all. After I resolve an attack, if the target suffered 1 or more damage, I can move 1 space. She's going to use that to duck into the corner.
Okay.
And shoot at this Stormtrooper.
Okay.
For
3 damage.
3 damage. She has the range.
Alright.
And then she could move again if she wanted. But she doesn't.
Okay, Imperial officer will go 1, 2, 3. At which point he has line of sight to her, and he'll take it. Three damage and a surge. 4 damage.
Okay.
Okay, see you.
Garcon's the only one left. He will charge, because it's what he does. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And he'll hit the elite there.
Okay.
With a... sorry, he rolls a green and a yellow now on his gauntlets. And I don't have to decide whether or not to do anything about it, so that's good. So that would be 2 damage and 2 surge.
Goes down to 2 surge, which will kill him, right?
Yes.
Which is really bad for me.
And cleave. That Imperial officer has 3 health?
Yeah.
Yep, we'll kill him and cleave.
Okay. I think this mission's pretty much over already.
You're looking a little sparse on guys.
Yeah.
For Garcon's second attack, he will swing at the Imperial officer.
Which will kill him.
And that's my round.
I've got other droid who does nothing. I can have one of my guys take a shot. I'm going to do that. Have him shoot at Diala. Terrible shot. Roll a defense.
I'm thinking, but yes. Well, she's going to take a strain to re-roll that.
Really? Was as terrible a roll as I got?
Well, I mean, she could still soak some damage, but she re-rolled it just as bad as she did when she started. So that's 2 and 2 surge.
Which becomes 3. Okay. That was terrible. Super terrible.
On the other hand, I still haven't scored any consoles.
3. Okay. So, first, at the end of each round, I just did my at the end of each round, I perform 1 attack of Imperial figure. At the end of round 2, deploy the reserve Rebel Royal Guards.
Oh dear.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
What do they do? Tell me more about these Royal Guards.
They are melee, red and yellow. They, with a surge, can stun or do +2 damage. While a friendly figure is defending and you are adjacent to the targeted space, apply 1 defense to the defense result, 1 block to the defense result. Limit 1 ability per attack. When an adjacent friendly figure is defeated, you become focused. And there's nothing I can do with deploying, because you screwed me up that turn. Okay, so...
Just out of curiosity, how did I screw you up that turn? Was it destroying the last elite?
Well, yeah, because I could reinforce the unit pretty easily, but I don't have enough
how much threat
yet.
does it cost to bring that unit back completely?
The whole elite unit? 9.
Wow, that's a lot.
So that
So
ain't
it'd be
gonna
2
happen.
more rounds before... I mean, it could, in a couple of rounds.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's going to take me a long time to run around here and disable all these consoles.
Yeah.
Given that I've done none so far.
Yeah.
So
you're first.
Health on that little jerk
5.
is 5.
On the Royal Guards, it's 8.
Alright, well, we're going to start with Diala's plasteel staff. I need a yellow die, please. That's 3. Down to 2.
Okay.
And she'll try it again. For...
2 more.
Well, no. We're gonna stun it. And do 1 damage.
Stun is the
Alright, so me. I will take my first action on the probe droid to unstun. And then I will attack Diala. Yellow, please.
If you don't have to move, I guess it's not so much worth stunning you.
Yeah. No surge, really?
That's still bad.
Yeah, but it could have killed me.
Oh my gosh, she's just terrible. I'm gonna take another strain to try to reroll that nonsense. That's a little bit better by 1.
3 damage.
Okay.
That's you. Have any of your guys activated?
Yeah, Diala and, oh, sorry. Just Diala. She's the one who put the damage on the probe droid.
Right.
Mac is gonna shoot the probe droid in the face. He needs a second blue die.
Can't roll to save my life. That's enough.
And then he'll use his second shot on the Royal Guard immediately in front of him.
Okay.
That's a long range, but I don't really think there's anything else for him to do this turn.
I made a mistake on deploying. He's got the range.
He does. So that's 3 damage and a surge minus 2.
Yep.
We'll just do a pierce 1 on that surge.
Oh, he actually has +1 block because he's a friendly, adjacent to a friendly.
Okay.
So it's 1 surge is all you have.
Okay, so that'll be 1 damage.
Okay. I should have deployed this guy here. That was a mistake. Because I can't get to the console now.
Oh, yeah.
Without doing a double move, and there's no way in hell I'm doing that.
I can't imagine why you would. That one console is not going to make or break this game. So yeah, that was Mac.
Alright, Imperial Guards. 1, 2, 3. On Jin. Actually, he can do that from here, can't he? Why would he? Would he? Yes, he would. Okay. Yeah. Really?
She dodges it. That was, for the viewers, that was... Well, it doesn't matter what it was, because she dodged. I know it's hard to see the dice when they're down there. For what it's worth, I've rolled a lot of white dice, and that was my first dodge.
And he'll go here. And attack Jan also.
For 5. Yikes. Oh, that
5.
doesn't help her at all.
Wounded.
Yeah, there's nothing she can do about that, unfortunately. Well, there's pretty much no reason for Jin not to blast this guy right in front of her. So that's going to be 2 greens.
Ugh.
For 2 and 2 surge, goes into 1 and 2 surge.
But he has an extra block, so it's actually 2 surges.
Alright, so that will do 1 damage. These guys are tough as nails. She could move 1 as a result. She's gonna do that because it doesn't really hurt her not to at this point. I mean, it doesn't hurt her to do it at this point. And shoot him again.
I'm sorry. I
right.
suck at rolling. So, 1 and a surge. So 2 damage?
Yep.
She's up to 4. Okay. Other probe droid. Yeah, he's gonna open the door and attack.
Oh, noes.
Well, he can't. He's not adjacent to it.
Oh, that is a mistake.
That was stupid. He'll move up 1.
Okay. And not open the door?
Yeah.
Alright. Garkan is the only one left. And he's going to wail on the wounded Imperial.
Okay.
With a green and a yellow.
Prey upon doubt.
Okay. You can't take the strain.
Okay.
So
Well, you
you'll
can
get an
take a
extra
wound.
evade. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know what that was before I rolled that.
I think it was the same.
Okay, so it's 2 damage.
Well,
1
he's
damage.
got options here. A lot of options.
Well, you don't have any surges.
I have 1.
No, you don't. Because you just took this.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You have an extra evade.
And I've got an extra block, so it's 1 damage. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to do it again. He may as well exhaust this card to apply an extra surge. Whoa.
Or not.
Why not?
Oh, no, he gets +2 damage, doesn't he?
Yes.
So, you do 1, right?
Well, let me think for a minute.
Okay.
You don't have an extra evade on this one.
No, but I have 3 blocks.
Right.
4 blocks.
Right, but I have 2 surges, so I have to think.
You have 1 surge. Oh, you have 2 surges. You're right.
Yes.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. You have 2 surges. I have 4 blocks.
So yeah, I guess we have to do the +2 and the pierce 1.
So we're up to 6.
Okay.
Right. That's the round, right?
Yep.
Okay, round 4. I'm up to 7 threat. I will be spending some of that. Oh, first at the end of the round, I get to make an attack. It will be on Garkon by one of these 2 guys. It doesn't matter which. That was a pretty good roll.
I'm going to exhaust this card to add a +1 block to him. Well,
So we get 2 blocks. So I'm at 1 damage and 2 surge, which goes to 3 damage and a stun.
Okay. He will become focused because that's what he does when you mess with him.
Okay. Right. So 7 points. Do we wait a turn for the elites? No, we don't.
Okay.
And that takes down to 1. Alright. That's to you.
Okay. Jin is going to open, I think, by blasting the guard in front of her.
Okay. That would be nothing.
That's pretty terrible. There's nothing I can really do about that. Let's try it again.
That would be 1 damage.
I'm going to take a strain on Diala to let her re-roll this die.
Okay. Be 2 damage. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Yes, that'll get rid of him. And she will use... She doesn't have Opportunist anymore, so it doesn't matter. Alright.
E-Web is going to shoot Garkon. And he gets to shoot twice because he's an E-Web. So it's primary colors.
Four and 2 surge. Ugh.
3 and 2 surge.
He'll take the +1 block on that.
2 and 2 surge.
What did the surge do?
Accuracy, which he didn't need, and +1 damage. So that's 3 damage, right? We did 4, you cut down to 2, then I add 1. So it's 3 damage.
Okay.
Shooting again. Ugh. Terrible. 1.
1.
Alright, I'll see you.
Okay.
Oh, you got the console.
Indeed I did. Okay. Garkan will take an action to clear his stun. You know what? Yeah, he'll take an action to clear his stun.
Okay.
And then he'll swing at the Imperial.
Okay.
With a green and a yellow. Whoa. he
you can
will
do the full 3, right?
apply surge to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his only attack of the round. There's really no reason not to.
Sure. Fair point.
So he gets +2 damage.
Right.
A pierce, so that's essentially +3.
Okay.
And a stun.
So 2 net damage and a stun, right?
Right.
You cleared his stun, right?
Yes. Sorry, I cleared it from the card. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I needed to roll an extra green on that attack.
Why?
Because he is
Oh,
focused.
right. He is focused. Yes.
For an extra 2 damage.
Oh, you know what? My Royal Guard's focused too, because he was adjacent to an enemy who got defeated.
Okay.
So he will go now with his focusedness. Rolling red, yellow, green against Garkan. Oh, first he clears his stun. Then he rolls red, yellow,
Right.
green against Garkan. That's 5 and 3 surges. So 4 and 3 surges. You got anything on that?
No.
Okay, so first surge is stun, second is +2 damage. So
Okay.
that's
5.
6, right?
Okay. Had you already subtracted my block? I didn't look.
Yes. Because we were at 5 down to 4, then +2 is 6.
Okay.
So he's 1 shy, huh?
He is.
That's too bad. Alright, you're up.
Okay.
He's gone, right?
Who's going? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Am I right that Mac does have line of sight to the guard? From this
Yes, I
square?
believe he does.
Okay. He's gonna shoot at him.
Okay.
He's got the range, and he's got 2 and a surge. The surge will do +1 damage, so that's 3 down to 2.
So we're up to 6.
And he'll try it again.
Yep. It's gonna be the end of Imperial Guard, I suspect. Or not.
Hang on. Diala could take her last strain to fix one of those. But I'm just not sure it's worth it. We're gonna let it go.
Okay. Well, and I guess I'll do the probe droid, and I guess he'll open the door, and he'll take a shot at Garkan, because we gotta get this wound.
Sorry.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has it with accuracy. Oh, no, he doesn't have any plus accuracy. He missed.
Oh. 5 won't get it?
Nope.
Indeed it won't. Wow, lucky me. Whew. Okay. 1, 2, 3. She's gonna come over here.
Okay. I will prey upon doubt on her attack. Here, let's move these out of the way. He's got 6. We'll replace 5 of these with a token. For the viewers at home.
She'll allow the evade.
Okay. That's enough.
Whew. That was a gamble.
Terrible. I mean, I guess I'm not doing well, but I do have 2 wounds, and
I mean,
one
you've
of you
already
almost
got
wounded.
almost 3 wounds, so I don't think you can really
Yeah, you're right.
complain.
It's not. It could be worse. All right. So that's the turn, right? I get
Yeah.
to take an attack with one of my
It
guys.
seems that way.
I'm gonna do that. So E-Web on Garkan. E-Web on Diala.
Okay.
Ugh, that could have been better.
I'm sorry, wrong die.
Way better.
Wrong die.
Okay, thank God. I don't know what that was.
It was this one, pretty sure.
Well, I'll take the 2 damage because I don't think it was.
Okay.
I don't think I had 3 1 symbols.
I'm pretty sure it could have been more than 1 damage, but that's fine.
So I lost the surge, so it's just 3 damage.
Okay.
6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So turn. I'm up to 3. I'm going to spend it all. We're on turn 5. Spend it all, bringing another probe droid out.
So, I'm sorry, how much did you spend there?
Spent all 3.
Oh, because you spent some on the E-Web last turn. Got it.
Oh, you know what?
No.
You secured a terminal, which did give me 2 more threat. Every time you secure a terminal, I increase by this level.
Reading the rules. Can't beat it.
No. I'm not going to use it. I mean, I don't actually think there's a way I could.
Diallo's going to go here and rest, which will recover 4 strain and a wound.
Okay.
A hit point.
Okay. Later. Alright, E-Web will take out Garcon. Yeah.
He will try.
Well, I mean, he'll wound Garcon. Almost certainly. Well, it barely has range.
That's terrible.
3, 4.
Sure.
Second shot might as well be on Garcon.
Okay. He'll take an extra defense on that.
He actually does have that because he gets plus the accuracy on it automatically. So
Right.
he's taking 1 more block. So that's 1 damage and 1 surge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's 2 damage. Alright, your turn.
Okay.
No way.
Alright, we'll go there then.
No way.
And shoot the probe droid. Whoa. Do y'all want to take a strain to reroll this die? For just as bad. So that's going to be soaked. Your turn.
Alright. 1.
Before you start moving, Jin Odin will take 2 strain to shoot.
Oh, sure.
Getting 2 damage.
Okay. So then he'll take 1 shot at Diala.
What's that going to add up to?
More than she can take, I think. 3 damage, 2 strain, 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 surge, which is 3 damage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, it's not.
She'll take it.
Oh, he has a pierce. Sorry. He'd take the pierce. So it'd be 4.
Alright, then she has to reroll it.
And she gets it. He still gets his surges? I don't know how that works.
It misses. So what other surges would he want to use?
Recover?
I don't see why not. Unless that status effect can only be applied if damage is done.
Let me check. Even if the targeted sect does not suffer any damage. So yes, he does.
Okay.
Right, this probe droid had gone. Okay.
Alright. Mac has line of sight to the probe droid?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna shoot it. Because it's what he does. For 2 damage. And he'll do it again. For 1 damage.
I guess the other probe droid will just stay where he is and shoot Garcon. Because I don't think there's really any point in going around to... Is that just 2 damage on Garcon? Or is that 6? I think it's just 2.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Garcon's in the way. From this corner, you can trace to that corner, but not to anything else. Okay, so yeah, I'll just shoot Garcon. 4, 1, 2, 3 damage.
Okay. Poor Garcon's taking a beating.
Yeah, he is.
He is going to spend a turn recovering his stun. And then he's going to access that crate.
Okay.
Because if I'm going to lose, I may as well get richer.
Yep, I'm all for it. It's a tough mission.
Very. All right. Supply card. Troop data. When this card is drawn, reveal all deployment cards in the Imperial player's hand and reserve. Then return those cards to his hand and reserve and discard this card.
So basically, you should just see everything I've got.
What does it mean to reserve this card? I don't know.
Reserve and discard?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. Then return those cards to his hand and reserve.
Got it.
And discard this card.
So I have...
So what does this mean? Is this what you can bring in using threat?
Yes.
Okay. And so when I eliminate a unit, it goes back to your hand, essentially?
Correct.
Well, that doesn't seem like a good deal.
Yeah.
So 2 Stormtroopers, an Elite Stormtrooper, a Royal Guard, and...
An Imperial Office.
An Imperial Office. Okay.
So that's the end of the turn?
Yep.
So I'll take my free shot. See if we can end this thing.
I forgot about the free shot, I have to admit. Not that I could do anything about it.
Well, you got a white die.
Yeah, I'm just saying. What do you do?
2 damage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She's still up.
Because you get +1 on the surge.
Oh, yeah. I've got 1 surge and 1 damage.
Okay, so 2
yes,
damage.
2 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Here we are. My threat is up to 4. We are in turn 6. I'm holding it. My threat,
Okay.
I mean.
Right.
Okay. Your turn.
I think Diala pretty much has to start by resting twice. Which will do, on the first try, 2 strain and 3 damage. And on the second try, 5 damage. Assuming that's legal.
I was checking that. This doesn't say. Yeah, you can. Alright, well, then I guess the probe droid next to Diala will shoot her. She's up to now, what, just 2 damage?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. If she got 8 back in that turn.
I wish I'd thought about
3
that.
and a surge. I'm not sure what you would have done differently.
Yeah, not much. So, 3.
Okay.
I had a surge there, right? Let me do 2 damage and heal 2.
Okay.
Oh, no, I only heal 1. Forget that.
Okay.
Sort of wonder if I healed 2 last time, thinking he was him. I did. He's got 4 damage on him.
Alright, seems fair. He's going to move up and smack the probe droid.
Okay.
He gets a green and a yellow on his armored gauntlets. Oh, and he has not used this yet this turn. Sorry about that. The surge would do +2.
So 3 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me think. He gets 5 total. Am I right?
5 total.
Yep, that's fine. Oh, you know what? He may as well use it, because he only gets 1 attack this turn. So he'll also do a pierce to make it 4.
Okay. Well, that probe droid will go and attack Garkon. I don't know why I rolled that. Get another yellow instead. Alright. That tray.
New rule, you don't get the die back. Alright.
Wow, nice roll. So I've got 1 damage and 2 surge.
Mm-hmm.
So I will recover 1 damage and do an extra damage, so 2 damage on Garkon.
We'll make that 1.
Okay. Stu.
Garcon is gone. Jin is going to shoot at the probe droid in front of her with 2 green dice. For
Which is
a
enough.
bunch.
Yeah.
And she will take 1 step here. Shoot, she lost Opportunist. Oh, I'm so terrible.
So she can't
So
take
she
the 1
can't
step?
take the step. She'll just have to walk around like a normal person. To there.
Okay. So, E-Web will shoot Garkon.
That's better.
Ugh,
That's another good
not
roll on
much.
his part.
So that's 1 damage, 1 surge. So 2 damage.
Okay.
And again.
So 3 and 2 surge. Down to 2 and 2 surge.
So 3 damage.
Well, it's your good luck that he no longer gets focused. Alright.
So you've got 1 guy left.
I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does the E-Web have line of sight here? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, here's better. He's running away. Not like a little girl, but like a sniper who knows when
Okay,
he's
turn.
not sniping
You
anymore.
get the console. So my threat goes up by 2, and then another 2. I do get a free attack, which I will take on Garkon.
Garkan knows how to take one for the team.
Yeah, he's about to stop. So that's 4 and 2 surges, down to 2 and 2 surges, so 3 damage, which he's out.
Okay.
Okay, turn 7. I have 8 threat. I am spending it on 2 Royal Guards. And that probe droid is gone.
Okay.
Okay, your go.
Mac is going to come over here and recover this cargo
Great. Okay.
container.
Keep it over here so we can keep
Oh,
track
right.
of how many I
Yeah.
have.
He gets a shock grenade. It's kind of a good time for one of those, I think.
Might be.
Choose a space within 3 spaces, roll 1 yellow die. Each figure on or adjacent to that space suffers damage equal to the damage results and becomes stunned, then discard this card.
Okay. So that's it?
That's
My turn?
his activation, yes.
Royal Guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On Diala.
Okay.
That was a horrible roll.
That was fairly terrible. On the other hand, she gets nothing on it.
So that's 3 damage. Second Royal Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know what? She's going to take a strain to reroll that. For 1 damage. Instead of the 3.
No damage. That would have been nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so second guy comes. He's also attacking. Sorry, roll the other one.
Alright.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Jeez, 1
1
damage.
damage.
to you.
Okay.
Can I? Do you mind if I take back this move and have them be adjacent?
That's fine.
Okay. I thought I had calculated it, but then on the second guy, he didn't have the reach.
Diallo's gonna kill a strain and 4 damage. And move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good enough, I think. E-Web's not gonna have line of sight. I don't know what the range on that probe droid is. But, you know, it can't hurt. She'll take 1 strain to move 1 more spot here. Which
Okay.
I think will make her safe from a probe droid in this
I
location.
believe so, yeah.
Oh, I don't know, actually. I think he'll have it.
Oh, yeah, he does.
At which point, there's not much point, and she'll just go here and save the strain.
Okay, so he'll come here and take the shot. I don't think he'll get it.
It is a long range,
And
but
it's a long range shot.
he's got some range on him.
4.
4.
2, 3, 4. Nope.
All right. And he doesn't have an accuracy surge?
He does not.
Okay. So opening these doors is
Wait,
what
I had surges there, right? I definitely had some on the probe droid.
Okay.
He had a great roll,
Okay, got it.
just without the
Yeah.
range, so he heals 1.
Okay, so opening the doors is a technical or a strength?
Correct.
Okay.
And you just need a surge.
A surge is what you need. Jin is going to come over here. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-huh.
And open the door. Yeah, that's, I think, where she wants to be, more or less. She's going to try to open the door.
Okay.
She gets a blue, a red, and a green. Because I guess that means she's probably pretty decent at this technical thing.
I suspect.
Not
Unbelievable.
a single surge.
Okay. I actually
Wowza.
wanted you to, because then I
I
can
know,
shoot
because
her.
then you could shoot her with your E-Web.
Okay, so instead my E-Web will just, I don't know, I guess move a little bit. 1, 2.
I still think it's ludicrous that
3.
thing can move. I mean, can you imagine, like, he can't see anything in that helmet, and he's tripping all over the legs and the cords and his ammo crate.
Yeah, anyway, that's my turn.
Great.
So, threat up to 2. Do I spend it on an Imperial officer? Reason not to? No. Might as well get an extra activation.
Because you know what Stormtroopers are always saying is, I wish there was one more Imperial officer up in here,
Yeah.
helping us out, and not at all being a useless sack of unarmored flesh.
Turn 8. That's you.
Alright, well, Jin did such a good job of opening the door last time. Come on, Jin. Get it together. I hate how exposed Diala is there, but I'm just not sure I can do much about it. These little maps are killer for my ranged guys.
Yeah.
Jin's gonna try to open the door. She pretty much has to. We're not going anywhere without opening doors in this place.
Yeah, it's a problem.
No,
There you go.
She just barely opens the goddamned door.
Okay.
Right.
Did I get my free shot at the end of last round?
I don't know. I guess not.
Can I take it?
I suppose.
So this is here to here. He probably still won't have range. Nope.
Negatory.
Alright, so this turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get done here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you got a second move. You should prepare a token. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On Diala. Terrible. Okay, not that terrible.
Yeah, she's gonna re-roll that.
Alright, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's 3 damage and a surge. And that's
And a dodge.
That's a dodge. We'll take it.
Alright.
She is a tough cookie. You
is.
have to give her that. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to try to open a door.
Okay.
He has roughly the same terribly non-existent chance of doing it that Jin does. Let's see if he's any better at it. No, he's not. All right. That was excellent. Oh, wait. I get to re-roll an attribute test die.
Which
I
die?
should have done this originally on Jin. Hang on, give me my dice. The one with the most surges. So, that's going to be green in this situation. No dice. It was worth a shot.
No pun intended. Is that an exhaust?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's to me.
I honestly don't... I guess you can only do it once unless it says you can do it otherwise.
Yeah. Probe droid. 1, 2, 3. Attacking Diala, because that's the theme.
So...
2 damage.
2 damage.
That's to you.
Well, she's going to start with a rest. For 2 strain and 3 damage.
Okay.
And then she's going to do it again. Because she's got
healed.
nowhere to be.
Okay.
And E-Web can't see her.
Alright, well, E-Web will go and shoot Mac, because he's closest. Place.
5 damage.
Or
Mac
no damage.
dodges.
Three and 3 surges. 3 and 2
2
surges. So it's 3, 4. 4 damage.
Okay. Well, I have to say, already...
I'm not done, because the Imperial
I know.
officer gets
This
to go.
mission has become... wait. Yeah, you're right. I'm out. This mission's already been a little bit more interesting than I thought in round 3 it was going to be.
3. Shooting Mac.
Why not? For a surge.
1 damage.
1.
End of round. I get 2 threat. I get to take an attack from somebody to somebody, which will be the nearest Royal Guard on Diala, because why not?
For 2.
Wait, no.
Oh, I'm sorry, you have an extra surge there. I missed the surge.
I've got 2 surges.
Yeah.
So that's
I missed the extra surge.
1 damage plus 2 is
yeah,
3 plus a stun.
Three and a stun, huh? Okay.
Alright, so, end of round. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have 4. I'm not going to spend it.
Well, we're going nowhere fast if we can't get through this door. That is just the truth. So... Mac's going to take a crack at it first.
Okay.
He's going to roll his normal, totally can't open this door configuration. Oh, is he, though? Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
Door open.
Second action. He was right here.
I think he was right
I don't
here.
think so.
Okay,
He
you're
couldn't
right.
make it there.
Okay, you're right.
He'll go over there.
Okay. Start over here with the Imperial Guard.
Sure.
Saw what you did there, though. Just want to be sure that you understand. I saw what you did there. Okay. First Royal Guard.
2 and a surge.
4.
She's at 7.
Second Royal Guard. Sorry.
The floor over here is littered with dice. That would make it close.
But not.
Dodge.
Okay.
To you.
Woo! This is like too much stress for me. I don't know if I can keep playing this game. Alright. Diala is going to make a completely dignified all-out run for it.
Well, she has to unstun first.
Yes, that's the first step. Get unstunned. Shake it off, Diala. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How far can the E-Web move and shoot?
He can not move and shoot.
But the Imperial officer can make him
He
move.
can move 2 speed. You're better off where you are.
Yeah, for this round, but I'm not going to win this round.
You might.
Yeah, I sure can't go up against that E-Web.
You can rest again.
She's going to have to do exactly that. She's going to take the... She's going to meditate.
Okay.
That's basically all she's got there.
Okay, probe droid on Diala. Getting tired of this.
Really?
Especially that.
No!
Especially that.
Another dodge. Although, honestly, if I could have picked an attack to dodge, it wouldn't be that one.
You've been dodging a lot. All right, that's
Yeah, in the
your
last
turn.
few rounds, she's rolled more than her share of dodges. Alright, Diala's already gone. Garcon's dead. Jin's the only one left, and obviously she has to make contact with this terminal here.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. She only has 3 speed. Oh, she's got 4 speed, even when she's kind of not at her best. So I sort of see no reason not to get max distance here,
Okay.
but she can act first. Sorry. Why not shoot at the Imperial officer?
Okay.
They're just begging for it.
He gets to reroll.
So she does 2?
Okay.
Oh, wait, does she have range? Yeah, just barely. Yes.
Yes, she does. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And she's done. So do your worst.
E-Web on Mac. Three and a surge
3 and a surge.
is 4. Second shot.
Uh-oh. Oh, nose. Hang on. Yeah, I don't have any way to reroll that.
Toast.
Mac is toasted.
And you're done. So
Yep.
Imperial officer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I'm not dead yet. I'm just almost dead.
Okay. Final shot. One of the Imperial Royal Guards on Diala. Roll her defense. Oh, 2 damage.
Okay.
I have 6 threat. I'm going to spend it. We're on turn 9. This is ridiculous.
This is great. I feel like this has come out really balanced.
I only have... yeah, okay.
Oh, sure. Sure. Very nice.
That's to you. Oh, these 2 damage followed my Imperial officer with gusto.
The numbers are not in your favor.
No, I do feel outnumbered. You're gonna love this, though.
Okay.
This is maybe the most brilliant move in my career.
Okay.
All right. Diala's gonna go first.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, using 2 strain.
Okay.
And picking up the goddamn cargo container.
Okay. Cargo container. Draw the card.
It's the little victories. Valuable goods. Discard this card at the end of the mission to receive 100 credits. Totally worth it.
Was that basically just... Was that a surrender?
More or less. I mean, I think that there is...
We'll start with the E-Web.
Diala's looking at this like, we're not winning this one. We'll just have to break out of Imperial prison later like you do.
That was a pretty great roll. You'll roll a dodge.
Nope.
You want to re-roll that?
Oh, sure. There you go, that's a little better.
Okay, so that's 5 damage.
Okay, that'll get her to 9.
Second shot.
Should we roll that too? Because there's no reason not to.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's like 4. Yeah, that'll get her over, so...
So that's 3. Still gets her over? 5.
Yep, that's
okay,
right
that's
on.
game.
That's right on.
Whew.
All right, well, that was a really interesting mission.
It was
I
tough.
feel like early on you kind of thought you had it.
I forgot about the Imperial Guards.
Oh yeah, well they're kind of important.
They're pretty badass.
Yeah. I also feel like, even though there's not an explicit turn limit on this mission, the rebels still are fighting the clock because of the fact that you're getting threat every turn. And every time you take out a console, you're getting more threat. I wonder if the correct line of action was, instead of holding up here and fighting Imperials here, would have been to take the back door in here and try to sneak in this way.
Did you take the console here?
You didn't put one there.
Okay, well, there was supposed to be a console there, and I apologize for that, but I guess it helped you as much as it hurt you.
Why?
Actually, all it did was help you, me not putting it there, because you didn't have to stop for it.
I mean, I think that...
And I didn't get the threat
I
from
wouldn't have
you
had to
taking
stop for it anyway, because I was stopping to open
Yeah,
this
that's
door.
true. You would have totally
Where was
had
it. On what square was it supposed
This
to be?
square.
So, like, let's put one there.
You had one right here. You had a unit right here
Yeah,
at the
I
door,
did.
so you
Right.
had that.
Right.
The only difference is I would have gotten 2 threat from it. I
Yeah, but
swear
too
I
late.
like 5 times made sure that all 5 consoles were on the board, but
Honestly,
I
it
missed
would have
one.
been too late in the game to matter. You already pretty much had overwhelming numbers at that point. My
Yeah.
only chance was that you would not kill Mac up here and somehow fail to get Jin down here. Like, it wasn't going to happen at that point. But
it was pretty close.
Yeah, I wonder if the correct rebel strategy is to, instead of getting embroiled up here, to come in through here and maybe send just later on, try to sneak back that
Considering
direction.
that I only have 1 deploy here, I almost wonder if the right thing to do is to split up. You stayed together for the most part. I wonder if
until
you
the
needed
end.
to leave one guy over here. The problem is that then I just have somebody standing next to the console.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be able to
It's
clear
tough.
the Imperials from the consoles.
It's tough.
I think focusing fire is important on some level.
So
but-
for what it's worth, the alternate to having one of my guys take an attack at the end of each round is to close a door.
each round?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So at each round, I could have a door closed. It never mattered.
No.
It was always better to be attacking.
Always better to have the free attack. When you got guys like E-Webs and probe droids on the field, I don't see why you wouldn't want the attack.
I mean, if you had guys, if I was able to split you up or like lock somebody behind a door, maybe, but it never mattered in this mission.
Right.
The attack was always better.
Yeah, I agree. Man, I do not know what the rebel strategy is on this, and I would be interested in what other people's play experiences have been and how they have attacked this. This isn't a mission I feel the need, like, we played the first mission 4 times, partly because we just kept screwing up rules, and I think that we've more or less, like, there's still things I forget to do. Sometimes I don't use Jin's quick draw when I should. I have these new abilities, and I didn't make the most of them because I didn't, I wish that I had Garkon more regularly adjacent to an ally, but with the probe droids running around, I was worried about getting blown up, and I didn't want to give you an explode action that was too tempting.
Yeah.
So I think that there are definitely some optimization I missed, but overall, I don't feel the need to play this one over and over. I think that while I could have played better, I'm not sure that the collection of figures I have right now, with the collection of abilities on them, is really ideal for this mission. Mac keeps getting stuck in these tiny maps where he really just can't get 5 squares away from anybody.
Yeah.
And he needs to be at least 4.
No, he actually did really well with this mission.
There was only one turn in which one guy would have targeted him but couldn't.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
I didn't say it out loud, but there were a lot of times where I was like, man, I wish I could shoot Mac.
Okay.
Because he wasn't wounded yet at that point.
Right.
And he was a prime target. I mean, take out the weak guys first so they lose their abilities. But he was back here in this corner.
Right.
And I didn't want to...
It was maybe 2 rounds of effectiveness. And I had to be so careful where I put him. I feel like on a more open map, the sniper abilities really become key. And as he levels, I think that he is going to be a more useful character. He's got things that, for instance, he'll get an ability that causes allies not to block line of sight, which is obviously huge for a ranged attacker in any kind of map. Because right now, getting him a shot is kind of challenging. Yeah, so I'm not sure I'm like really thrilled about my character selection for this sort of map at the level they're at right now.
Yeah. And so I was supposed to read these text boxes a few places.
Oh, sure. Let's go back.
At round 2, when the Royal Guards came up, it says, alarms ring throughout the ship. Some distance away, you can hear the soft clang and whirring of a lift arriving and its doors opening. It sounds like you have more company. And then here at the end, it says, Imperial forces defend the shuttle with more enthusiasm than you expected, and after taking heavy fire, you abandon the mission and withdraw.
Okay. With all the loot we can carry, as it happens.
Yeah. So
we
I
ended
get
up with-
2 influence.
Okay.
You get 1 XP per person. I get 1 XP. 100 credits per hero. I receive 1 influence. So I've got 3 influence out of this mission, which is pretty sweet.
And I will end up with 400, 550, 650 with the crate, right?
400, 550, 650, yep.
Okay.
And then I draw 3 of these, I think. Four cards from the agenda deck.
And I think I get 6 loot cards, item cards.
6.
Let's see here. We've got a DH-17 blaster pistol, an extended haft, a tactical display, an E11 blaster rifle, a DL-44, another blaster pistol, and a portable medkit. Interesting.
That's cool.
What have you got over there? Or do you not have to tell me?
2 of them say keep this card secret.
Okay.
Let me read through them while you talk out loud on your situation.
So, we've got this DH-17 blaster pistol. A surge gives it +2 accuracy or +1 damage, pierce 1, and it rolls a green and a yellow. So it's more likely than Jin's double green blaster to score surges. But it's going to do less damage. How much less damage? Let's see. A green die has a total of 8 damage markers. A yellow die has a total of 5. So probably not disastrously less damage. And it's going to have 5 surges rather than 3. So that's kind of interesting. Its surges are definitely more powerful. I think that could be an upgrade for Jin. And then we've got this extended haft, which gives you reach or pierce 1, if you already had reach, for 300 credits. Tactical display is just like the balanced hilt It's going to give you +1 surge if you exhaust it on attack results on a ranged weapon. I think I'm really likely to pick that one up at 300. Then we've got an E11 blaster rifle, which does more damage and more accuracy on surges, while doing a little bit less range than Mac Eshkaray's long blaster. I could definitely see him carrying both of those into battle. The green and the blue is going to give up about 9 range icons over the... 9 total range over the double blue. Actually, without picking up much damage. And the total surges on those, that green-blue, is going to be 5. Yeah, I'm not sure I can justify picking up the E11, especially at 400 credits. It might be interesting to grab the E11 and give it to Jin, even though she's really intended as a short-distance fighter. In early rounds, it might give her some versatility.
Any sense in giving it to Diala or Garkon?
There's always that, like, question in my mind. They both have special surge abilities that are only spendable with
Melee attack?
with a melee attack.
Interesting.
So they're really not intended to go that way, but, I mean, you could always give them a cast-off blaster of somebody else's, just to, again, give them some versatility.
Interesting.
Each character can carry up to 2 weapons in battle and choose each attack which one to use. Then we have a DL-44 blaster pistol. It's going to roll a blue and a yellow, so it's a little bit longer range than a double green, I think. Oh, actually, not so much. Yeah, a little bit. It would add a little bit of range to a normal blaster pistol. It also has some very nice surge abilities at +2 damage or +1 damage +2 accuracy. Again, it's 500 credits, which is pretty crushing. But it's going to roll surges quite a bit more often than double green. Actually, not a lot more often. Where blue-yellow would have a total of 7 surge markers, double green has 6. It's not going to roll a lot more surge, but when it rolls surge, it's very, very effective. Then we have the portable med kit. Deplete this card after you rest. You or an adjacent friendly figure recovers 3 damage and a strain. Deplete means it can be used once per mission. I'm pretty much sold. I have... Let's see, I think I have 900 credits to spend. This is a pretty lucrative mission, even if we didn't succeed. I'd see no reason not to pick up the tactical display.
Did you say 900? Mm-hmm. I thought we said 850. Or did you have some left over?
I had 250 left over, and I picked up 650
Got
this
it.
mission.
Okay, 900's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm tempted to definitely pick up the tactical display to get those surges on these ranged weapons. And then probably add a ranged weapon at the very least. The real question is just which one.
So I got something interesting that I didn't know that was in this game, which is one of my influence cards is a forced mission. So it would be what our next mission was. And there are no benefits to it at all, unless, if I win, I get a reward card.
Interesting.
There's no money, no XP, nothing.
Really?
It's just I would get a reward card. That's an attachment to a leader that allows that leader to use an action to increase threat by 1.
Huh.
Which is kind of cool, but I'm not sure I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it seems sort of dire.
These cards are not super powerful. I sort of figured they would be, but they're not.
These are the ones you can purchase with influence?
Yeah, like this one. Place this card in your play area. Deplete this card after a figure resolves an activation and choose 1 Imperial Trooper. That trooper performs an attack. Apply 1 surge to the attack result. But that's a deplete, so that's once per mission.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's not huge, and that costs 2 influence. Mm-hmm. The ones that cost 1 all are discard or shuffle back into the deck, which means you use it once, period.
Gotcha. Wow. All right, well, I'm going to call that and do some more thinking about
Me too.
both my XP and my gear choices in the interim, and we'll talk about it more next time.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in.
Long mission.